Happy to be joined by veteran stand-up comic and gay icon Daniel-Ryan Spaulding, who's become one of the largest pro-Israel influencers advocating against anti-Semitism and against Hamas. And we are so happy to have him in the studio. Hello and thank you. I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy.
Stop.
You have been amazing. I literally happened upon your Instagram feed in which you have hundreds of thousands of followers, and you have such a charming way of making your point while making it funny. It's something very, very unique. And tell us how you've just become this advocate against anti-Semitism and in support of Israel.
Thank you. Well, I really am in support of all of humanity and Western civilization. I am not Jewish. I grew up in Canada, and then I've lived in Europe the past 12 years. And I became friends with Israelis when I lived in Berlin. Before I had come to Israel, I didn't really know much about the country and the conflict. And what I did know was very different from the reality. Picking up things in the news and the media, conversations about Israel, I had no concept of the fact that Palestinian leadership were terrorists.
Wow.
The way it had been explained to me was there's Palestine and there's Israel, and Israel oppresses Palestine, Israel oppresses Palestine. And that's because of an intentional indoctrination that's been going on for decades to distort the reality of this situation. The truth is, Hamas is a terrorist regime, and the occupation in the West Bank is there because of terrorism, and Palestinian leadership agreed to the occupation. It's not an apartheid colonialist state. This is the lies that we've been fed through years and years of indoctrination. It's intentional, and it's
almost brainwashing.
It's
brainwashing. Can you call it brainwashing?
It's absolute, because if you can destroy the only democracy in the Middle East, if you can destroy Israel's relationship with the West, you destroy all democracy. It's an ideological subversion. It's been going on for years and years, funded through Qatar. We can see this through the academia in the United States, the protests that are happening now, which are basically pro-terror protests. This is a radicalization of American and Western society. It's the normalization of terrorism.
And we're seeing, listen, so many, people from LGBTQ community in the U.S. also protesting, not knowing what would happen to people who are gay if you're from Gaza.
Well, not only that, but it's that they don't care.
And they don't care.
Right now, we are in this very toxic, sick sort of society where people don't have empathy for each other, and people don't really have morals. I think that the West right now, we don't have patriotism anymore. It's been this long, slow descent into demoralization. And especially in the United States, the politics are so polarized, and anything that the Republicans champion or stand for, the Democrats automatically want to be against. So the fact that Republicans are strong on national security and strong on their defense of Israel, the Democrats have gone so far left that they're sympathetic to jihadist terrorism. It's terrifying. And this has been a targeted propaganda campaign, very well funded, and it's been going on for years. And that's why people say you should boycott Israel, don't go to Israel. Israel's all about pinkwashing. Because when you come to Israel, you see, oh my God, this is like an amazing country. Everyone in Israel, living in Israel, has equal rights. People in Gaza and in the West Bank, they don't live in Israel. They live in Gaza and the Palestinian Authority. That's why they're not citizens of Israel. Israel can't give rights to people that aren't citizens of their country.
It's so amazing how you've been able to learn so much about it. I want to show a quick clip from one of your posts in reference to Jon Stewart and Dave Chappelle. So take a listen.
I'm called anti-Semitic because I'm against Israel's treatment of Palestinians.
I don't think people say that you're anti-Semitic because you care about Palestinians. I care about Palestinians too. I think people are saying that you're anti-Semitic because you don't care about the hostages. At least it seems like you don't care about the hostages. Because otherwise you would have mentioned them or done something to help their families. Since you have a political television series and you're talking about this subject, why wouldn't you mention the hostages? I know, because if you mention the hostages, then it ruins the narrative and the illusion that this is a genocide. Because that's what everyone wants to believe, that this is an intentional genocide of the Palestinian people. Did you see what your friend Dave Chappelle said? Make American Jews feel loved and supported so they know they don't have to support a country that is committing genocide just to feel safe. Is that why you don't want to talk about the hostages, John? Because you want to maintain friendships with Dave Chappelle and your super hip liberal writing crew? When you talk about this subject, do you mention the fact that Israel is at war with a terrorist regime?
Wow, very, very brave. And like, hey, do you hear back from the Jon Stewarts of the world? Because it's true. Like, we see these comments and we just want to shake them and to say it out loud.
Well, I'm very lucky because I moved to New York just at the start of this. I had been planning to move there for a year. And because I'm just establishing myself in the industry, I don't really have anything to lose. And because I do stand-up comedy in New York, which is primarily a Jewish industry, I'm not going to risk, I don't have anything to lose.
Right.
I don't have.
You're not going to not get comedy gigs.
I don't have big movie deals. I don't have a television series. I don't have a crew of people that depend on me, and so I can say what a lot of celebrities want to say but can't. The truth is, there has been a coordinated effort to turn the Jewish diaspora against Israel, and this has happened through a student group called Jewish Voices for Peace. This is a student group that has been operating for a long time. They've targeted all of these Marxist, anti-American academics like Judith Butler, who is nuts. Like, if a Jewish lesbian is basically justifying October 7th, how demented are you? Like, what concept of morality do you have that you're saying that this is some sort of an uprising against occupation and apartheid? F off. Honestly, it's ridiculous. It was a terrorist attack. And this is all about the normalization of terrorism. People don't realize Hamas is funded by the Islamic Republic of Iran. They want to take down Western civilization. All this stuff about ripping down, like, kidnap hostage posters. This is all about the normalization of terrorism. That's what anti-Semitism is. It's a way, it's an ideological tool to change people's perceptions of reality and morality. And the fact that people don't see it and the fact that people aren't calling it out is even more disturbing, because this is about all of our safety. This is about the whole world. And it's up to gay people to say, no, I am standing up to this. I care about human rights. I care about the rights of Palestinians. And I care about that I don't want them to be living under a terrorist regime. I want them to have a chance at a good life. I've become friends with a Gazan who's spoken out. His name is Hamza Hawadi, and he's one of the only young Gazans speaking out. He's in exile right now, and he's amazing.
Wow.
I truly believe if we can expand the conversation to be about human rights, we can make a difference.
All right, from your lips to God's ears, keep up the good work, and we love you. Thank you so much for coming in, and please stay here and move here.
I might have to.